All right, let's get right into it. We're going to break down some really powerful psychological truths, the kind that can quietly transform your life. Think of this as the blueprint for building a mind that's truly resilient.
So, have you ever looked at someone and just thought, how do they do that? You know the type. Life throws everything it has them and they just stay calm, confident, strong. It's like nothing can really shake them. So what's their secret?
Well, here's the thing. It's not luck, and they weren't just born that way. The answer is psychology. And the best part is, these are principles that absolutely anyone can learn and use. We're going to break this down into 3 parts. And we have to begin with the foundation, right? That's all about mastering your inner world, what's happening inside your own head. Because true, lasting strength always starts from the inside out.
Let's start with a big one, comparison. It is, without a doubt, the fastest way to lose your own happiness. The second you start measuring your life against someone else's highlight reel on social media or anywhere else, you've lost focus on the only path that actually matters, your own.
I mean, think about it. No two people are on the same track. We all have different timing, different struggles, completely different starting lines. So really, the only comparison that makes any sense is you today versus you yesterday. That's the only measure of growth that counts.
Okay, now let's talk about overthinking. We all beat ourselves up for it, seeing it as some kind of personal flaw. But it helps to reframe it. Overthinking isn't a weakness. It's actually your brain's protective instinct, just working overtime. It's trying to keep you safe from any and all potential mistakes.
And that protective part of your brain loves to ask this one question on a loop. What if it goes wrong? That's the spiral that fuels anxiety, right? It keeps us stuck, playing out every single worst-case scenario. But what's cool is we can consciously choose to ask a different question.
And here is that shift. It's so simple, but it changes everything. Asking, what if it works? It opens up a world of possibility instead of just fear. You're redirecting your brain's incredible problem-solving power towards finding success, not just avoiding failure. This all comes down to your self-talk. Your brain basically believes what you tell it over and over. So if you look at the left side, I'm not good enough. I always fail. That creates a reality of limitation. But the words on the right, I am learning. I can handle this. That creates a reality of growth. You're literally programming your own mind with every thought.
This is the key. This is the golden rule for mastering your inner world. You would never, ever speak to your best friend the way your inner critic sometimes speaks to you. So grant yourself that same kindness, that same encouragement. It is an absolute game changer.
Okay, on to part 2. So once you start managing your inner world a little better, the next step is to translate that new mindset into consistent action. And we do that by building resilient habits.
You know, so many of us think we need to feel motivated to make a change. But motivation is, well, it's flaky. It comes and goes. Routine, on the other hand, is all about action. It doesn't wait for a feeling. And funnily enough, taking the action is often what creates the motivation in the first place.
And you don't have to start big. In fact, you probably shouldn't. It's the small, almost effortless daily habits that build incredible momentum. Reading for just 5 minutes, a quick 10-minute walk, writing one single page. It's the consistency over time that creates those massive changes.
And you know what that consistency leads to? This profound truth about confidence. Real confidence isn't about being loud or arrogant. True, deep confidence is that quiet self-trust you build every single time you keep a promise to yourself, no matter how small it is.
This brings us to another critical habit for resilience, boundaries. It's really simple when you think about it. You are constantly teaching people how to treat you by what you accept from them. When you learn to say no to things that drain you, you're quietly showing everyone how you deserve to be treated. Now for our final section. Once you have a managed inner world and you're building those strong habits, we can turn our attention to how a resilient mind deals with the outside world, with other people and our environment.
This might just flip your idea of communication on its head. We often think power comes from talking, right? From expressing our view. But psychologically, listening is the real superpower. It helps you avoid problems, it helps you understand others, and it's how you gain genuine trust. And you know, sometimes the most powerful form of communication is no communication at all.
Not every argument needs a reply from you. Not every insult needs a comeback. Choosing silence isn't weakness. It's a strategic choice to protect your peace, stay in control, and avoid saying something you'll definitely regret later. And this all leads to the ultimate goal. The need to win every single argument is just exhausting. The real win, the truest measure of success for a resilient mind, is choosing your own inner peace. That is a victory nobody can ever take from you. So to recap, here's our simple 3-part blueprint for resilience. It starts with your thoughts. That's mastering your inner world. It moves into your actions. That's building resilient habits. And finally, it informs how you interact with everything around you, navigating the outer world.
And that brings us to the single most important point of all. These truths show us that your mind can be your greatest, most powerful ally, or it can be your worst enemy. And the most empowering part of all this? The choice is entirely up to you. You decide.